All right, joining me now from the Orlando Magic, Desmond Bane. Desmond, how you doing today, man?
Man, blessed. Excited to be on the show.
I appreciate you joining me today, man. Orlando, of course, made a massive change this offseason, and that's acquiring you. I'm curious, entering the team this season and your time in the past with Memphis. What was your assessment of this Magic roster from the outside, and how does your presence on the team change it?
I think they have a unique roster. The size that they have on this roster is unreal. I mean, you look at Jalen Suggs, a big guard. Anthony Black's a bigger guard. And then next to them, you have 6'10" wings and forwards. So it's no secret to why they were such a good defensive team. And now it's about converting on those stops, and getting out in transition is something that Franz just did extremely well in Eurobasket, something that I've done well throughout my career. Jalen Suggs likes to run. So I think that it's going to look a lot different this year on the offensive end, but, a whole lot of the, same things that you've seen defensively. I'm super excited. The guys are really good guys. The organization just bred on good people. So it seems like we got a chance to do something special.
2 years ago, you attempted a career high 8.6 3-pointers per game. And then last year, you were down to 6.1, which was your lowest since your rookie season. So your 3-point rate has fluctuated kind of a lot over your career with different systems and whatnot over the years in Memphis. Do you expect to be, shooting possibly a career high amount of threes for the Magic this year? Because that's what's missing is 3-point shooting. Would you expect to maybe be cracking 8-9 threes a game this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the goal. We've been playing and scrimmaging over the last 2 weeks, and it's very apparent what they want from me. They want me to shoot threes. They want me to be aggressive, to score the ball, and play make. So every time I turn down a shot or they feel like I can get a shot off, they're letting me know about it. So I think that I'll definitely be at career numbers as far as attempts go.
I mean, last year, Orlando's bottom 10 in 3-point percentage and 3-point attempts, and they add you, they draft Jace Richardson. And of course, I think the underrated, overlooked signing in all this is Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones has been over 40% from three last 3 seasons. He's not just elite assist turnover ratio guy as a point guard. He's also an elite spot up shooter. So, I mean, that from my perspective, I think like maybe adding one more shooter would be nice, but the additions that have been made, I feel like Tyus Jones has been kind of overlooked in all of this personally. And you played with him before. So what does Tyus Jones add to the Orlando Magic?
Man, I mean, you hit on it from a lot of the things he does on the court, but I mean, in the locker room, he's going to be fantastic as well. I mean, we called him Stones in Memphis, because of some of the big shots he made, but he's also, like a rock to a team, a guy that people can lean on. You know exactly what you're getting from Tyus. Like, he's never too cool to hang out and crack jokes or whatever, but whenever you're on court, it's super serious. So he's going to be huge for us and help, guys like Jace, guys like Jalen, Anthony Black, all those guys really show them the ropes and what it's like to have longevity in this league as a point guard.
When it gets reported that the Magic gave up 4 firsts, swap KCP, Cole Anthony for you, there was a lot of reaction on social media. Some Magic fans like, yes, this is exactly what we needed. Some Memphis Grizzlies fans are like, oh, wow, we lost Desmond Bane. This sucks. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of other fans are like, wow, the Magic gave up that much for Desmond Bane. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people don't know how good you actually are as a player and also how you fit in the Magic. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of people who were surprised. Sure. What was your reaction to the reaction when some people are like, wow, the Magic gave up that much for him?
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't move me one way or another. To when I had talks with Jeff, kind of similar to some of the stuff you're saying, like he feels like I was one of the missing pieces to get them over the top. And, if that's the case, then those 4 first-round picks would fall to the end of the draft, as it is. So it's my job to go out there and win basketball games and prove the decision right. And that's what we're going to do.
I mean, you've always kind of been a prove it guy. Like in high school, you weren't recruited by top colleges and you go 30th. The first round pick is an honor, but 30th, you're not a lottery guy. And then now this is happening with the trade. This is kind of the norm for you and your kind of basketball career.
is a great spot to be in. I mean, in Memphis, we started winning, and I kind of felt like we expected to win. And it's super hard to win in this league. So it's good to be, have that mindset of prove it, and really pour that into the guys.
So when I look at the Magic roster, it's Paolo and Franz and Jalen Suggs, Wendell Carter, Tristan da
Hey,
Silva,
he's a
Anthony.
monster too.
Oh, he had a
Wendell.
great Eurobasket. Oh, Wendell
Well,
Carter.
Tristan played great too, but
Yes.
Wendell's he's gonna be the X factor for us. You'll see. You'll
Why do you
soon
say
see.
that as an X factor?
If you look at like the fives, modern day five, and the NBA, I mean, Dell can switch 1 through 5. He's making great decisions in the pocket on his rolls. He's finishing strong around the rim, shooting threes. Just be about staying healthy, staying confident. But I think he's the guy that can really open everything up for us.
I mean, you mentioned his role as a versatile big man on defense and on offense as well, with his passing ability out of DHO, short roll passing, and everything like that. I mean, I think that's where, like, when I look at you, I'm like, okay, Franz and Paolo can run pick and roll as 6'10" dudes. Wendell Carter can play different roles offensively, and you, as somebody with your size, you can run pick and roll. You can be a spot up guy. You can come off screens. You can even set screens for that matter as well, because you're so strong. I feel like there's just so much potential versatility. What has your role looked like in some of these, early practices you guys had? Is there a versatility there where you're plugged and played into maybe more spaces than you've ever been before?
I'm doing everything. I mean, I think you hit it on the head. Like, get it off the rebound and go. I'm playing hit and chase. I'm coming off of off-ball screens. I'm playing pick and roll. There's really no limitation to what I do on this team and in this offense. And kind of touching on that point you were talking about with Wendell, like the best years that I feel like I had in Memphis was playing alongside somebody like Steven Adams, like who can screen, who's smart, can pass. So now I can leverage my cutting, and all those things. And now I feel like I'm in a position to be able to do that again.
And with you, it's interesting because I feel like with the Magic, there's so much potential for two-man actions. Obviously, with pick and rolls, with Paolo screening for Franz or you screening for Paolo, just so many different combinations, them screening for you and so on. But with like DHOs as well, it's interesting when you look at Jamal Mosley in the 4 years he's coached the Magic. His first year coaching Orlando, they ranked second in the NBA in handoffs per game. That has fallen each season from 12th to 20th to 24th. And I don't think that's unsurprising because of the lack of shooting that's been on the team. But I think with the personnel, there's so much potential for installing some of that stuff, which I think were his early intentions with the offense.
For sure.
And do you kind of see some of that, like with playing with Paolo, playing with Franz, playing with Wendell Carter, with those DHOs, with you kind of coming through? Because in your career, you've shot over 40% from three out of dribble handoffs. You obviously can get to the rim as well. It just feels like something that can work on paper.
Very, very natural for me. I mean, one of the things that I've kind of struggled with in my career is like when you have the like perimeter defenders like OKC that crawl up in the ball, and now I'm asked to initiate offense or come off a pick and roll with aggressive defenders. But when I'm playing at DHO, now that kind of takes that out of the equation, and I'm getting an advantage off of leveraging my shot and my cutting. But we've been drilling a lot of that. It's early, so we're not like full practice or nothing along those lines. But with the little bit of structure that we've been given, DHOs are definitely in the cards.
I mean, it's going to be different, obviously, especially compared to last year in Memphis, because that was like a system unlike anything. Like there weren't a lot of handoffs and pick and rolls or anything like that. What was your reaction when that system was initially installed last season?
Yeah, during training camp, I was like, man, this here is crazy. Like we'll see if it works type of thing. Like I don't think anybody was just surefire gung ho on it, but once we started playing, like it was evident that it works. I mean, like you play with space, continuous movement. I mean, a lot of guys were flourishing in it, being able to play at multiple different spots. It's a very, very, very versatile offense that a lot of teams started to pick up on like throughout the season. Like they started cutting and started doing different things, whether it was out of their pick and rolls or whatnot. But yeah, Noah was definitely onto something with some of those offensive principles.
You feel like there's anything you learned that could be that's like made an impression on you moving forward in your career?
From him,
Yeah, or anything in that system, that whole experience last year. Because obviously there's a lot of ups and downs.
yeah,
Like a coach gets fired last year,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Including Noah.
for
But is there
sure.
anything that you take forward in your career?
Yeah, I think that I learned that I can be good in just about any system. Like, I mean, I came back from my oblique injury and I struggled early on, and then once I kind of got in shape and got my legs under me, like I was playing a very efficient basketball. Like, had months shooting over 50%, 40% from three. So like just my adaptability, like come in, okay, I'm a spot shooter, and then like you said, I'm playing off of DHOs, and then Ja goes down and misses some time, and now I'm primary creator, primary scorer. And last year, it's just like get in where you fit in type of thing. Like whether I'm passing, rebounding, scoring, just adding layers to my game. So I feel like I'm in a position to be successful wherever I land.
I feel like when I look at the Magic roster this year, there's everything's there. Like all the role players, the upside pieces, and I think the swing piece though, I still think it comes down to like what version of Paolo Banchero are the Magic going to get? Is it going to be more of like the up and down and consistent, inefficient scoring during the season, or like just pure dominance beginning of last season before the injury, or during the playoffs when he was like unstoppable, 40+% from three, elite from mid range, getting anywhere he wanted on the court? I feel like, from my perspective, that Paolo is the guy who determines your ceiling this year from like championship contenders or just like really good team that takes a big step.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Banchero taking that step moving forward is key to that this season. Have you practiced with him so far as well?
Yeah, we just had a team mini camp in Vegas, so everybody was there. We went to the fight, really good just to get around everybody. But me and P, we spent a lot of time together. Had really good conversations at the dinner we was at, whether it's recovery sessions or whatever. Like we had very good conversations, and he's gonna be a monster. I mean, and the thing that I like about him a lot is he's very selfless. Like he just wants to win, and I feel like that's rare around like number one picks, young all stars. Like everybody's still trying to make a name for themselves and chase. But he understands that winning comes first, and if we win, all that stuff will take care of itself. So I expect a big season out of him, and I think he expects a big season out of himself. And more than anything, I could just feel the hunger. That he has coming into the season. So I'm super excited to get around him, and happy to be able to compliment his skill set.
I mean, he got a taste, like sometimes you go to the playoffs for the first time and you experience that on that stage. And also, he's really good.
For
He played
sure.
his best he ever has in the
Yeah.
playoffs. It's
Yeah.
probably kind of instills some confidence
For
as
sure.
well. Like, okay, I can do this on this stage, and
For
you
sure.
build on that moving forward in your career. I mean, with you, like at this stage, you've signed a $200 million contract. You've traded for 4 first-round picks. That is an honor. It shows how you're valued by another team. You've had great success in your career so far, even though you're still chasing a championship as well. How would like high school Desmond Bane react to all the success you've had?
Probably wouldn't believe it. Like I tell the story all the time. Like once I got to TCU, like it was like my I made it moment. You know what I'm saying? Like where I come from, like people don't make it that far, so that I wasn't even thinking about the NBA, like overseas, was a potential, but I wasn't even thinking about it. And, worked my way into the door and never, changed my work habits or, who I was. And, this thing's just kind of taken off. So it's cool to look back and see how far and like see the journey and stuff like that. But, now we're here and it's time to really stamp it. Like you
You
said, go
weren't
get that championship.
You weren't even thinking NBA when you went to college? Not like
No,
that
no,
that
no,
hadn't
no.
entered your mind yet?
No. Like
Really?
it was like play as a junior, like I mean I committed to TCU 2 weeks before I graduated high school, so it wasn't like oh, you're, sought after or whatever. I was like, oh, I'm a roster filler, like kind of questioning whether or not I was even good enough to play high major basketball because that was my only high major offer I had. So it was just more so like I'm in the Big 12, like bright lights, I'm starstruck, if you will.
Wow. So it wasn't really until your junior year that you first kind of had the NBA dream enter your mind. It wasn't like when
Yeah.
you were 10, 11 years old. There wasn't that dream as a
Mm.
little kid at
I
all.
mean, I always wanted to, but I'm realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm realistic. Like I thought that was like impossible. I never met anybody that had done it or even came close. So
You ever tell I know your great grandparents helped raise you. Did you ever talk to them about it when you were a kid?
oh yeah. I mean, I would like I grew up with a basketball. Like my grandma used to tell this story all the time. Like Mike, I'm sure you've seen that movie. Like I told her I don't want to. Like when I was 3 or 4 years old when I watched it, and I said I don't want to play for the YMCA anymore. I want to play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So like it's been in my heart forever. But you know, dream big, and who knows what'll happen, type of thing.
What's one of the best lessons they taught you as a kid?
Mm. Probably just respect, like treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Like it's cliche, but like they really live by that. And I've been around super talented guys like that just couldn't put it together off the court or with the way they handle themselves or the way they treat others. And it'll get you a long way. Open some doors, at least give you opportunities.
Did being raised by two people so much older than you kind of change your perspective on life and approach to life? Because it's very different than like a lot of peers,
Yeah,
of course.
100%. I mean, you come home every day and they're either taking care of the yard or playing on a computer, like reading a book, like very, very simple life, like, and it was filled with love, like family, always coming to cookouts on the weekends and stuff like that. So, like you said, it really put things into perspective and taught me what was important, in life. And it's kept me grounded through the NBA. In the NBA, you can lose yourself, and everything that comes with it. But they set the foundation for me.
I mean, you're married yourself now with two kids, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's crazy.
how, how, how'd fatherhood change you?
Man, it took I'm not gonna lie, like I love basketball more than anything in the world besides my family and my kids. Like before, like I had outlets, but it was hard to really let myself be involved in those outlets, like when I'm struggling or whatever, just because like I didn't love those outlets as much as basketball. You know what I'm saying? But uh, like my family's kind of giving me that, like you said, perspective. It just puts everything in place. Like my kids are forever. I might play 10 more years in the NBA or whatever it's called, but those with my kids and my family's forever.
And now, if you have like a 2 for 11 shooting performance, you go home and you got a little kid running up to your leg, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, well, I'm gonna get back in the gym tomorrow and try it again the next day. It's not like I'm can't sleep that night no more.
It is. There's bigger and better things in life. But Desmond,
Sure.
best of luck this season in Orlando. I'm excited for you, man. And I mean, I liked you pre-draft. I think I had you 19th or 20th on my board, and it's cool to see you reaching the
Somehow,
heights
some
you
way,
have.
we kept slipping, man. We kept slipping. We kept slipping. You
I mean,
you and you and them other folks had my hopes up, man. And I was going into teens, man.
oh man, yeah, I've had a lot of misses in my career ranking players, but I'm happy I had you ranked top
Yeah.
20, and yet that was too low. I should have had you ranked higher. I'm not too bright, am I?
Yeah. Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Desmond.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
appreciate it, bro.